борисовский нахваленный Леопард. Ой, их две техники работают. Это Брэдли. Ну вот. Не так уж и страшна эта техника. Вот так вот.
Розсипаємося! Не кучкуємося! Дімон!
Since the initiation of Ukraine's mass offensive against Russian positions, the Ukrainian army and allied paramilitaries have begun to actively deploy new batches of armor received from Western countries, including not only very large numbers of Leopard 1 and Leopard 2A4 tanks, but also the much more capable Leopard 2A6, which, alongside the British Challenger 2, is considered the most capable in the country's inventory, while Leopard 2A4s have proven highly vulnerable in combat with armor protection that is effectively obsolete. The Leopard 2A6 has long been marketed as a much more capable vehicle, costing close to $8 million per vehicle. Advantages of the new variant include the use of third-generation composite armor, integration of a longer-barreled and more powerful main gun, installation of additional armor modules on the turret, and use of much improved fire controls. The loss of these tanks, which have widely been considered the most capable in production across the Western world, has significant implications well beyond Ukraine itself. It is known that the Ukrainian army has received about 18 tanks in the Leopard 2A6 modification, as well as dozens of older Leopard 2A4s. The difference between them is not only in the armor, but also in the optics and the gun. The 2A6 has a 55 caliber barrel, and the 2A4 has a 52 caliber barrel. This means better muzzle velocity and armor penetration. On one of the front lines, the Ukrainian military is using German Leopard 2A6 tanks, one of the latest modernizations of Rheinmetall's products. The recorded footage shows the vehicle firing on the move and releasing a smoke screen in front of it. A Leopard 2A6 tank was shown in close-up aerial footage burning and completely destroyed, with features such as the gun mount confirming the class of vehicle seen. A second Leopard 2A6 was shown in the same formation, damaged on its left track and abandoned, alongside multiple American M2 Bradley infantry fighting vehicles. Personnel losses may be heavy, with Western tanks requiring 33% more crew than Russian or Soviet ones at 4 men each, while Bradleys typically carry 9 personnel including 3 crew. Footage of the destroyed vehicles comes amid reports of very heavy losses for Ukraine's Western-supplied armor in attempted offensives against Russian positions, with other footage published from both sides showing significant losses among Leopard 1 and Leopard 2A4 units. It remains likely that Leopard 2A6 units have taken further losses, as only a small fraction of destroyed vehicles in the conflict can have close-up videos taken from the air. Leopard 2A6s remain very scarce assets within the Ukrainian inventory, and within NATO more broadly the large majority of tanks in service are less capable, meaning the class vulnerability could draw the future viability of further Western arms shipments to Ukraine into question. Germany was initially highly reluctant to allow Leopard 2s to be supplied to Ukraine, with this speculated to have been largely influenced by concerns that combat could tarnish the tank's reputation. This would be a major loss due to its central importance to the German defense sector's reputation, and to its arms export profile as perhaps the country's most iconic defense product. Although a more capable Leopard 2 variant, the Leopard 2A7, has been developed, improvements remain conservative, particularly when compared to the gap between the A4 and A6 variants, with the A7 also having been relegated to a very small production run due to limited foreign demand. The Leopard 2A6 captured in this case is one of the most capable classes fielded in NATO, with these supplied to Ukraine in very limited numbers alongside larger numbers of much older and less capable Leopard 2A4 and Leopard 1 tank. The Leopard 2A4 previously proved highly vulnerable even against non-state paramilitary forces, when deployed by Turkish forces in Syria and Iraq. This vulnerability is thought to be a reason why Germany was initially highly hesitant to allow the provision of Leopard 2s to Ukraine, lest its most high-profile defense product is further discredited. In response to the heavy losses Ukrainian armor has taken, The United States has pledged to replace Bradley fighting vehicles lost and to provide depleted uranium ammunition, joining Britain, which announced in March that it would also be supplying the highly controversial munitions to improve the anti-armor capabilities of Ukrainian tanks and infantry fighting vehicles. In the battle that saw a Leopard 2A6 disabled and abandoned, a second tank of the same class was shown in close-up aerial footage burning and completely destroyed. While the destruction of multiple Leopard 2s has been reported, it remains uncertain whether more of these have also been from the relatively modern A6 variant, or whether others were from the more widely used Leopard 2A4 class. Russian Vika-1 missiles launched by attack helicopters such as the Ka-52 Alligator have reportedly been responsible for a large portion of Ukraine's armor losses. In recent days, the intensity of the fighting in Ukraine has increased dramatically. Let's see how the hostilities are currently unfolding. Let's start with the older T-80. The fighting machine appeared in the 1970s. It has a 2A46-1 cannon, a 1,000 horsepower engine, and can reach a speed of 70 km per hour. It has a cruising range of up to 500 km. The second tank is the T-80 BVM. This is the newest upgrade of the T-80. This version first appeared in 2018. It was equipped with a 2A46M for cannon, 9K119 reflex-guided weapons, a 1,250 horsepower engine, and a relic dynamic protection kit. The maximum speed was increased to 80 km per hour. According to Oryx analysts, approximately 500 T-80 series tanks have been destroyed, captured, or damaged by the Ukrainian armed forces. This includes, among others, 83 T-80 BVM combat vehicles, including 3 units of the 2022 model. In this video posted on the 13th of June, 3 soldiers work together to clear out Russian positions in an open field. They keep moving through empty trenches until making contact with the Russians. The troops narrowly dodge an incoming grenade before throwing one back, but the Russians get lucky and manage to land a grenade in their trench. The Ukrainian has to flee and apply a tourniquet to his wounded arm. Fortunately, he survived the fight, unlike 3 Russian opponents. The 137th Battalion of the 35th Brigade of Ukraine officially announced the liberation of Makarivka. Ukraine destroys Russian soldiers and recaptures Makarivka village in a counter-offensive.